Hello, it's Mustafa here from PerformanceIN, and we're at PILIVE 2019, and we've reached the final leg of the show, and we're on our last interview of the day, and with a good one as well, with Jason Akatiff from A4D. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great today.
Oh, great stuff, and thanks for being coming down to the show, and also hosting your keynote session, which we'll touch on in a little bit. But overall, to kick things off, what's been your verdict on PILIVE this year?
I've actually never been to PILIVE before. This is the first time I've ever even heard about the show, and Matthew had called me up and asked me to come speak. He knew me from kind of more the CPA side of the world, so it's a new experience. I've been talking to a lot of people on the influencer side. We've been looking at, for some of our brands that we own, we've been looking at going the influencer route, and got a lot of good information, insightful information on how to go about that effectively, and hopefully it will drive some decent performance. So definitely have some takeaways I'm going to go back and put into play.
Amazing, that's great to hear. And so sort of next question, touching on your keynote, which you've just done actually, which sort of touched on, kind of how, sort of the, buying media buyers in the channel and sort of using that to sort of drive lead success across multiple traffic sources. So you kind of discussed that on those elements, and having kind of experienced both the kind of good and kind of bad side of executing this strategy, how important or how vital is it for marketers looking to establish such partnerships to understand the rules accordingly and ensuring that campaigns are running smoothly?
Yeah, I mean, what we've been seeing kind of over the years, so, first off, the CPA-based affiliates in CPA affiliate world, it's really quite a bit distance from the world that is here. That is more retail, coupon stuff, much more on the retail side of the business than the true CPA performance side. What I thought was interesting to be able to come and talk about is a lot of those guys come out of black hat world or things they shouldn't be doing, which I started there myself and migrated back in 2012. But what we're seeing now is, because it is harder and harder to do those things and to do any of that stuff stable anymore, we're seeing a lot of these really, really strong media buyers with tons of experience saying, I want to go about things the right way. I want to do stuff compliantly. I don't want to lose my Facebook accounts. And I don't want to lose my Google accounts. And I'm looking for stuff that I can run for years to come, not just for a short amount of time. Yeah.
Great stuff. And sort of kind of adding on to that, kind of you mentioned about sort of the media buyers. So what future opportunities kind of lie for affiliates looking to buy for media buying for affiliates generally?
On the affiliate side, I mean, I think, what makes affiliates good is they have lots of depth. So they wake up thinking about something, they go to bed thinking about something, they know their craft very, very well. Channels wise, still the bulk of the traffic is coming from Facebook or Instagram. Also Google Display. YouTube's a really big up and coming channel that people are starting to figure out on the performance side. In addition to that, you've got TikTok's up and coming, and I'm hearing more and more people have success on TikTok. Some people have figured out some lead gen stuff on Snapchat. So, in this space, I've been in it so long, in the beginning there was no Google Display Network, there was no YouTube, there was no Facebook, there was other things, right? And it's a constant migration of, where do you get the traffic, where do you get the eyeballs? So it's just whatever's next, and typically our affiliates are typically first to get that stuff figured out.
Great stuff there, and sort of kind of touch on a little bit about your company for A4D Performance Network. So you're the CEO of the company. Can you tell us a little bit about it and kind of its recent developments?
Yeah. So A4D started, we did primarily nutraceutical and supplement type products, and then wound up getting sued for some stuff some affiliates and merchants did that we were in the middle of back in 2012. So we exited that space. And we've primarily been focusing on investment stuff. So we do a lot with investment newsletter companies and stock trading companies and stuff like that, with a lot of SEC compliance. We've been doing some clinical trial lead gen. We've been doing legal lead gen. E-commerce is also another big component of the business. There's a lot of stuff that's running e-commerce wise out there on Facebook very successfully now, which kind of transitioned. That all came about 3 years ago. We really started seeing people able to run kind of standard products like a pot or a plant or something on Facebook and Facebook ads. So, I'm just seeing that growing every year. That seems to get bigger, and we're kind of in the Super Bowl and Q4 here of that time. So that's primarily what's going on now.
Oh, great stuff. And having been involved in the affiliate industry for quite 14 years, so yeah, you got vast experience there. And sort of the channel's vastly changed over the course of time. What sort of changes referenced? Well, you can say generally, we can say PI Live this week, but also generally, and your knowledge and experience in the industry. Do you think the affiliate marketing is heading in the right direction?
It's an interesting question. I think yes, by all the affiliate stuff that's happening in our world, the migration from older black hat stuff to white hat stuff is obviously really great. Some things I'm noticing nowadays, and it's a slow transition, but as CPM prices get higher and higher, traditionally these businesses are what's called last click attribution. So wherever the last click came from is what generated the sale. And as CPMs continue to rise, I think us in the performance world are going to need to understand attribution better, and then really reward the affiliates on a CPA perspective for when it's raising other channels. So, if somebody's doing a $100,000 homepage buy as an affiliate, they're probably 20%, if it's an e-commerce product, probably 20% of those sales are coming through Amazon, and the affiliates typically aren't getting attribution for those sales. And probably you have another 10 or 15% that are coming through search. And then you've also got a ton coming through remarketing, all of which the affiliate probably isn't getting credit for. So maybe their campaign wasn't profitable for them based on last click attribution and the CPA you were paying. And I think advertisers and merchants are going to need to get better at understanding how do you attribute that value back to the affiliate. So maybe even it looks fairly unprofitable on last click attribution, but really understanding all the channels that it's positively impacting.
That was good there. And also just a couple of questions I've got for you. So obviously being based in the US and sort of affiliate marketing there, it's also been compared to what's happening with the rest of the world in terms of other markets. What are your thoughts on the channel's progression in the States compared to say the likes of Europe or APAC?
Being in it so long, I've typically, when I started, there was no affiliate marketing in Europe for the most part. I mean, you had gaming, pretty much was it. And it's progressed a long way, but I see it as Europe's probably 5 years behind the U.S. So wherever the U.S. is now, that's where Europe's going to be in 5 years. And then Asia, it's even slower than that. It's 10 years behind. India's probably 10, 15 years behind, it seems like, where we're at. So, but it's definitely progressing. Some of our best affiliates come out of Europe. Some of our best affiliates come out of Asia, but they're typically running offers in the U.S. We do quite a bit of offers in Europe and stuff like that, but the U.S. is just such a large market. There's so much traffic and there's so much media. So if you want to really, really scale something big, most people tend to lean towards the U.S. to run it.
Great stuff. And one last question to wrap up this great interview. Do you have any actual advice to kind of share to those in the affiliate industry here today and attendees here today, looking to get the best and the most out of affiliate marketing?
One word that comes to mind is depth. So it's not about trying lots of things. It's about trying something, assuming it's seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, and then really pushing through, keep testing, keep optimizing. There's no magic bullet out there where I'm going to test this and test that, and all of a sudden this is going to make me tons of money. It's all about, hey, this looks pretty good. Okay, how do I optimize it? How do I optimize the ads? What do the metrics need to look like in order to make this thing work? And then really push towards that goal. Versus try this. Okay, well, this isn't for me. The growth and the opportunity comes with the depth.
Jason, thank you for taking the time to talk to PerformanceIN, and thanks for delivering that keynote session at PO Live today. And also, yeah, thanks for giving you a great insight around affiliate marketing, media buys, and traffic as well. So thanks again. Wish you all the best, and yeah, we'll catch up soon.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.